Got any love on Facebook? You know, we be on like 3 platforms at one time, right? Trying to get the word out to the masses, man. Trying to reach the people. My people, my people, my people. Yo, what's up, my people, my people, my people? Shout out to Mr. W1218, y'all. Yeah. Yeah. I was on a Twitter space, man, with my brother Shut Up and Dribble. Yeah, the brother Naheem was on that joint. And Chicago Red came through. I had to bounce though, man. I'm over there talking. I'm like, man, I hate to turn down an invite for my brother Shut Up and Dribble, man. So I had to come on there for me. I said, yo, I gotta finish prepping for my show. I'm on his show. I gotta do my show. We good though. I know I took longer than I wanted to take, but I had to put together a little something for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make the, I come 10 minutes early and don't have the files. You don't even show up if you ain't got the goods, baby. Say, don't come in here without the goods, baby. Shout out to the Tim Black Wolfpack in the building, man. People that keep the lights on in this joint. All these damn lights because of y'all. Thank y'all, Wolfpack. Ain't none of this possible without y'all, man. Is my head glaring or what? Yeah, I throw a hat on in a minute in this joint. Hold on a second, man. You break all types of protocols, man. There it is. What? Yeah, man. What's up? There it is. Breaking all types of rules up in here. So, salute to Quince Randolph in the building. Quince, give me some love up in this joint, man. Black Rose in the building. Quince says salute. Tim Black in the Wolfpack. That's what's up. Abby up in this joint. Dang, I had to turn on the membership option. Didn't even know it. That's right, man. Come on, fam. Cut on the options. I need y'all to sign up. Look, check it out, fam. Now, anybody that's new to the show, this is a Tim Black show. We do this Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We're on 3 different platforms, 4 days a week. But we also do special shows, like the one I just did yesterday. Had my brother DJ Knock DC from TikTok on this joint. And we had a great conversation about the history of DC and DC federalization with the Trump administration and how this is not new. We talked about crime in the DC area. Because I know there's a lot of people who are talking about DC. They talking about a place they've been at. Some people are talking about a place they have never been. And I get that. We talk about places. I talk about places I've never been all the time. So I'm not even knocking you for that. But I'm right here. My family's from DC. I'm born in DC. Raised mostly in Maryland though. So as close as we are, man, literally, I live on Pennsylvania Avenue. It's literally the avenue that the White House is on. But it's still 10 minutes outside of DC. I live there. I don't live there now. So I had to holler at my guy, right? And maybe I'll get my brother to come on because my brother lives in DC. Maybe he'll come on and give me his side of the story. But I had my brother DJ Knock come on, right? And we had a damn good conversation, man. This is a person from DC, born and raised native Washingtonian. I don't mean no harm, man. But if you're from the Bahamas, right? You lived in DC like a year, you probably don't live anywhere. I'm just saying, I see this woman. She over 45 years old. She moved to DC from the Bahamas a couple years ago. And now she like, I'm from DC. Let me tell you what it's like. It's like, man, just no ethics. Get a Washingtonian. Get a Washingtonian and then ask some questions. You don't got to know everything. Talk to the people that are there, man. Talk to the people that are living in these situations. And look, and know there are going to be different people with different points of view. So if you get an opportunity, take the opportunity. Make the time. Don't listen to MSNBC and CNN and Fox News. Come to the Tim Black Wolfpack show. Come to the Tim Black YouTube channel and find a video with the OG from DC having a conversation with yours truly about these topics. And we are not caping for nobody. We don't work for any organizations. We're not working for any NGOs or political parties. We ain't trying to get no votes. We're not running for office. None of that. So come check that out, man. Shout out to DJ Knock over there on TikTok. So I had a great conversation with that. Look, check this out, guys. Tim Black's Wolfpack is in the building, man. So we do U.S. politics, breaking news, and black culture on this channel. I tell people all the time, look, two things. First thing is most important. This ain't a show as much as it is a conversation. The closest I can get to us just talking, like you at my house or I'm at your house, we sitting on the front porch having a conversation. I may be slightly overdressed sometimes. Just pretend I just came back from court. That would be the epitome for me. You know what I'm saying? If it's that laid back, that real. You know what I'm saying? That's the goal. Okay, that's my goal. 2025, that's my, I'm not hoping to get to a certain number of subscribers. I'm not hoping to be on any certain program. My goal is very simple. To get to the point where when I'm hosting my show, it is as relaxed, it's comfortable, it's two people just chilling, having a drink, talking, drinking some coffee, talking, green tea, talking, some, just a sip of water, some ice cold water on a hot day and just chopping it up, That will be my goal. And my second goal. Well, the second thing I gotta let you know. I'm what you call a Democratic Party hater. Yeah. It doesn't mean I'm a supporter of the Republicans. It just means I can't stand the Democrats and what they've done to my people, the way they lie, manipulate, use the media, use all these mechanisms. Yeah, I got real beef with that, okay? We give our votes to the same party 90 to 95% of the time, and I'm trying to find out why. Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. So that's me being totally transparent. See, unlike Rachel Maddow, I will tell you how I feel about these parties. Both parties suck. But the Democrats, I got beef with them. I like Abby Phillip, who's a Democrat, who's in a can for the liberals. I will tell you straight up. This is how I feel. See, none of them come out and tell you anything. You don't think they have biases? You don't think they have directives from the companies that they work for? You work somewhere, don't you? Would you be going to work just bad mouth in your company? You be going against the rules and regulations of your job, knowing you got people to feed? I don't think you do, Johnson. But why do we not support independent media if we know when we cut on the TV or cut on our cable, and we're looking at a corporate-sponsored TV show, cable news show, we already know they're going to be lying. We already know they're going to be spinning. Why aren't you supporting the Tim Black Wolfpack? What? I don't have enough hair? What's going on? What's going on? You disagree with me on 10% of my content? Oh my God, somebody said that to me, man. It's like, Tim Black, I don't agree with everything you said, but this is a damn good show. This is good. I like this. Well, damn, brother. I don't agree with Mrs. Black all the time. And I'm married to her and had multiple, babies. I mean, why do people feel the need to say that? You can't just say good show, fam. Sometimes I don't agree with everything. And motherfucker, did I invite, have you subpoenaed to come testify for me in court or something? It's a freaking comment section in YouTube. Some of y'all cowardly motherfuckers, man. Well, I just want to be clear. Look, I can't vouch for everything it says. Oh, here they come. Here come Massa. Here they come to get people. Oh, hold on. I just like this one. I hit like one time. Punk ass cells. got a fake name, a fake avatar, picture of yourself, some pair of tennis shoes or a pair of boots or something on your damn avatar, not using your real name, nobody know who you are, and you still can't stand in the gap for a brother. In the damn comment section on YouTube. I gotta qualify this by saying, before I hit like on this anonymous profile thing that I created, Banana Peel 637, before I hit like, I just want y'all to know, I don't ride with them. If y'all coming to get people, don't come get my black ass, because I'm a coward. That's what I deal with, man. And sometimes when I be dealing with that for a while, I get a little jaded, bro. I be like, you know what, man? We deserve what we got. Yeah, sometimes that's how I feel, man. I read shit like that, I be like, we deserve where we at, man. That's why we on the bottom. This mofo ain't give me no money, ain't support shit, ain't invest in nothing. He don't pay nothing. It's a free membership. He can't even just hit like and say, hey, great show, man. Great free show. I learned something. I didn't have to leave. I didn't have to get off my ass and drive nowhere. I didn't have to go to the bookstore. I didn't have to buy a PDF or an ebook. All I had to do was sit my ass right where I'm at on the toilet and open up my phone and watch for free somebody else's hard work. And not only can I not do that and be gracious and magnanimous and supportive, I gotta have a qualifier. Oh, you're some cowards, man. That is cowardly action. You know, I heard that statement about Harriet Tubman said, I freed 100. I would have freed another 100 if they only knew they were slaves. Let's go, son. I'm the paraphraser. You know, man, it's gonna be one of them nights, man. I guess he thought he was giving me a compliment with his punk ass. Good job. But I want to make sure this is clear. If you need help, don't call me. You're right about this. This is right, but be very clear. When them people outside waiting on your ass, don't look for me. I'm gonna be the first thing smoking. I come by and see your wife though and see how she doing. Though. I come check on her. I said I come check on her like Dr. Umar. I come check on her, see if she got a few dollars. See if she got a few dollars on her. Prince of Panhandleism. Prince of Panhandleism. Y'all cold, man. Man, maybe remind myself not to get y'all wrong, man. It's cold-hearted, man. Prince of Panhandleism. Yeah, man. And I can see we got a huge crowd tonight. It's great. Huge crowd of people here today. So many people, man, we might break the YouTube servers. Got so much going on, man. This is great, man. I tell you, Timback's show is just killing it, man. Wow, look at this, man. All these people. Tonight's show, man. Tonight's show, we're going to focus on Byron Donalds. I haven't talked about him in a while, but I saw something I had to cut. I got to bring up Byron Donalds, man. He's running for the governor's race there in Florida. I said he was running for the governor's race in Florida. We got to deal with that. Man, why'd I force myself to watch the Jussie Smollett Netflix special? Why do that? This eye is watering tonight, man. I could quench the thirst of, good gracious, so much water coming out my eye. Jussie Smollett. And we also have the Mahogany card Gripe. I know, isn't it crazy? Yeah. Man, we're going to have a first, too. Tonight, we're going to have a first. And you know what? It is what it is. I got to do it. So what's going on with my Tim Black Wolfpack, man? Who's in the house, man? Real quick, man. Do I have people here? Who's in the house, man? Malcolm Rex. What's up, Malcolm? Infamy. Infamy Media is in the building, Johnson. That's one of my people right there, man. We rock with you, Tim, and you're growing. Thank you, fam. It just gets me mad, though, man. We got to be courageous out this joint. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It just rubbed me the wrong way, Johnson. I'm your guy. But sometimes I'm not. What, man? Hey. My brother. I see Anna Jackson's in the house. Yeah, I see Anna Jackson's here as well as AT and Nimrod Babylon. Yeah, Nimrod Babylon's in the place. Octavio Morales is in this mofo. What's up, my brother? Oh, God, what now? I can't even put that up there. Hey, Gentile killer, I can't even put that up there, man. She cooks and she roasts. See, man, it's a good thing I read. Because I like to just click on people like H-Stacks. I can just click on him. He gonna say no crazy, jump out the building. I just see him, I can just click it. But see, I almost got in trouble. I'm about to click this guy, and he is getting lewd. He's saying lewd comments about Jussie Smollett. Now, I'd have clicked on that. See what I'm saying? I almost clicked on you, bro. Man, keep it PG-13, man. We could roast them. Cherry Covington, what's up, sis? What's up? What's happening? Moses up in this joint. I freed my people. My brother. Black Mamba's back with a super sticker. Thank you, Black Mamba. Lens go deep. Abby, do. Priceless Princess. I like that name, man. Priceless Princess up in here. Oh, Priceless Princess. The Priceless Princess. Linda Valentine. I can't get everybody, man. We got to get to a Black Rose in the building. I can't get everybody, but I want y'all to know I love y'all, man. Black Boy B1 up in here, as well as C Miles. Let me get Sticky Leg. Let me get C Miles, man. Cause C Miles, man, that's my brother, man. Something happened the other day. I forgot what it was, man. But I got love for you, fam. We're gonna disagree sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And look, I actually know my regulars. You know what I'm saying? I pretty much know my regular people that show up. So sometimes we're gonna disagree. But look, dog. I care enough to read the comment, to react to the comment, and to remember who you are. When I go to some people's live streams, they don't be paying they don't pay attention to nobody in the comments. They be all up here like they superstars. Oh, I can't be bothered with these comments. What do I look like? I'm concerned with the people. I'm like, okay, it's YouTube. Never be too big to rock with people that pay attention to the shit you do. You know how many options people have? Yeah, a lot of options. You ain't nobody. I mean, you somebody. You was special. You was kind. You was smart. How'd it go from the help? You was kind. Mrs. Black know the whole thing. You was kind. You was smart. You was special. Remember that? You was the devil. No, I'm just kidding. My brother, my sister, my brother. Katrina's up in here. Katrina said, look, Katrina. Katrina said she don't like when we call each other black and white. She don't like us calling ourselves black, or white people call themselves white. I saw you, Katrina. I got nothing but love for you. That's what I read comments, that's all. I saw you up in there. I got to admit, I don't like that either. Okay, well, you know what? Me and you, the fall guy, what's up, fam? The piano man. Ray Charles joint. Call me Ray Charles fan. Don't maybe put the sunglasses on. Y'all ready for some content, man? I know I am, man. Enough for the warm-up fam. Y'all good over there? My people on Facebook, y'all good on Facebook? What's up, Facebook? Facebook, what's happening? Robert Bush, what's up, Facebook? How y'all doing, man? What's up, X? Who on the X, man? X gonna give it to you. Trying to tell y'all what it is. Man. Yeah, man. So let's get into it. Remember, guys, this show is brought to you by you. It's brought to you by you, man. It ain't brought to you by the Democrats or Republicans. Don't let that be a reason not to be here, because it is not brought to you by these political parties. This is a Tim Black mug. It's $20 to your door. It's a legacy mug. It has Tim Black Show, and it has politics for the people. Get yours today by going to timblackmug.com. timblackmug.com. That's what's up. My brother, my brother, my brother. Y'all ready? Yeah, man. Let's do it. I'm ready, man. I was born ready, Johnson. Let me get over here.
Next on deck with Tim Black.
They told black folks to trust the system. So after slavery, tens of thousands did, and they lost everything. In 1865, Congress created the Freedmen's Savings and Trust Company, a bank specifically for newly freed black people. And across the South, over 70,000 depositors, many formerly enslaved, put away more than $3 million in hard-earned savings. This wasn't just a bank. This was a symbol of hope, land, business, legacy. But behind the scenes, that hope was being gambled away. By 1870, white bankers had taken over, making risky railroad investments with black depositors' money, all without their knowledge. And here's the part that still stings. Frederick Douglass was asked to take over the bank in 1874, but what he didn't know was the damage was already done. Just months later, it collapsed. And when it did, the records vanished with it. No refunds, no insurance, no justice. Most never saw a single dollar returned. This is why generational wealth never had a chance. They didn't just steal money. They erased proof that black people ever had it. If you think reparations are just about slavery, you're not paying attention. Follow Black South for more erased truths, and drop a comment if you believe the families affected by this collapse be compensated today.
Next on deck with Tim.
Yeah, when I saw this, I said, you know what, I want to share this with my audience because, you know, when we having conversations about reparations and we're talking about the past, there's all types of conversations that don't be had. Yeah, you know, a lot of the people that criticize the idea of reparations, they never mention all the things besides slavery that we can mention. Now, I don't know if people are educated enough to know about the Freedmen's Bank. You know, I think it's something that probably needs to be more publicity. But at the end of the day, it won't make a difference because there are people that just don't want black people to succeed. They'll say they do. And I can say, well, you know, my great-grandparents, you know how hard it was to save that type of money post-slavery? To have it stolen. To have it put in the bank and stolen out the bank. And nothing happened. Nobody was tried. Nobody was refunded. Nothing. It's got to be pretty devastating. But, you know, if you bring it up today, they'll say, well, I wasn't here when it happened. I had nothing to do with it. Yeah, but who was your granddaddy? Okay. Were you related to, but you know what? It's not even about you. I'm sorry. It's not about you. It's about a government that would allow a bank to do such, defraud its investors, and then keep on moving like nothing happened. How about that? Why you want to take it personal? Like someone's going at you individual. Hey, man, America owes many debts. We owe debts to China. You didn't borrow no money from China. You ain't borrowed. But see, that's the thing, man. When you get into too much of the back and forth with the numbskulls, with the, with the dum-dums. Now, when you get in an argument with people that aren't trying to be fair to begin with, like, they're bigots, and they probably don't even know how bigoted they are. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's built into them. They don't realize. They don't trust when black people tell them shit. They don't believe black people. They just, it's just natural for them. Then when you bring up something like this, they ignore it. They don't have any excuse. There will always be an excuse. The same thing that you're saying in 2025, your ancestors said in 1900. You think we just now decided we wanted to try to get some type of reparative justice? Now, your people, white people, your descendants, I'm saying your ancestors were saying the same thing 20 years after us being free. Well, we just work harder. Hey, what I got to do with that? I didn't own you. Same comment. It was the same argument. It's like they've been saying the same thing for over 100 years, the same argument. What they got to do with me? What they got to do with America? What they got, hey, won't you work? You want something for nothing. Yeah. But for anybody out here who's, who wants to be armed with information, who wants to have these conversations, that I do not believe you need to be having these conversations all the time. I believe more in your mental health. That's all I'm saying. Like, I want to give you the information, and I've been creating more and more infographics, more and more ebooks. I don't charge for them, man. I find a topic that I know is a topic that I think my people will want to know more information about, and I put it out. Right now, I have an ebook on slavery versus indentured servitude. Because every once in a while I'll see somebody talking about the Irish or the Irish. So I put together a little quick infographic that compares the two things and the differences. And similar to this, right? It's important for you to understand what's going on and what is happening in this country, and for you to have the information. I want you to know. But what I don't want you to do, I don't want you to think that there are people. I don't want you to lose the quality of your life. I don't want you to develop an aneurysm talking to somebody who's not going to listen because they really don't value black people to begin with. There are people like that. And if you get caught up online with people who are not fair dealers and not, they're not, what I'm saying? Like, they pretend not to understand. Oh, I don't understand. They'll be standing this close to you and you'll be like, back up, give me space. Well, what's the problem? You're breathing all in my face. You're in my personal space. I don't know what's wrong. Why are these so angry, these black people? You're stepping on my feet. Oh, God, I don't know, help, security. They're so aggressive, these black people. Would you please remove your hand from my waist? Would you stop grabbing my kids? Would you stop rubbing my wife's hair? Would you, what's wrong? Why are you so angry when we do this? What's the problem? This is how we show that we appreciate you. Look at your hair. It's amazing. Look at this. No, could you please not touch me? Oh, say, you have such horrible attitudes about the stuff you look at you. This is such an attitude. You need to really relax. Why don't you go get a massage? You need to chillax, brother. You're so angry. You and your wife, just because I'm fondling your wife in front of you, I don't know why that's a problem. You can look, my wife, take her, Becky, go over there and let the good black guy, touch you up a bit. Go over there. What I'm trying to say, fam, is I care about your mental health, right? And there are people that, no matter what you say to them, they can't be reasoned with. You know, the gazelles can't talk to the lions. You know what I'm saying? Can't reason with the tigers. You know what I'm saying? Gazelle be like, look, hey, look, man. Look, man, eat some berries today. You know what I'm saying? Eat some berries. The nature of bigotry, the nature of racism sometimes, when it's present, it cannot be reasoned with. It cannot be de-racist, erased by logic or good points like, hey, remember that time black people saved $3 million as third-class citizens, basically, in this country, fourth class? We were a footstool. We were like a cow or a horse. And right after that, when we started working, able to get paid for our work, we saved every penny and we put it in the bank to build wealth, and you stole it and said, see ya. When you standing around looking at it, and if we'd have stood around too long looking at you going, where's our money? You probably would have lynched us. You bring it up and people go, everyone's got problems, Tim Black. Why are you focused on these things? We've all got problems. I remember the time someone cut in front of me at the DMV. Yeah, I'm driving to the DMV, Tim Black. It's glad you brought this up about people being inconsiderate. I remember I was going to the DMV once, right? And I'm driving and I'm going to make a right-hand turn, and someone came from the far left lane. Do you believe this shit, Tim Black? They cut me off, Tim Black. That person was black. Black. Even the way they say black sometimes make me want to punch them through the speaker. You know what I'm saying? Knock their nose bone way over here or something. They were black. So we try real hard to like you guys. We do. We try to like you, but then you cut line and making the right. You didn't even signal properly. You signaled when you were in the emotion of getting over. And I see this all the time when I'm going to the DMV to deal with this. Jesus Christ. Just because I'm Nick Fuentes living in my parents' basement, satisfying myself with my Mexican music playing as I ingratiate myself to white nationalists, does not mean I don't like the black people. But Jesus Christ, you're making it so hard with your black music and your black lips and hips and Jesus, and then you cut line. I know it's wrong. Your banks, all the money was stolen from you and you were lynched and experimented on like frogs. But look, man, I've had it hard too. I'm living here in my parents' basement. And that's not cool. I'm short, I'm half Mexican, half white, I'm still broke. Jesus Christ. I can't even make money on X. I've got it bad, Tim Black. I'm going to keep it moving, guys. I just want to say, look, take it from me, fam. Life's too short. Share the information with those people that are interested. A man convinced against his will. How's it go? A man convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. All right. Next.
Black.
I'm looking at this crowd of white folks complaining about MAGA in D.C. Trump must go. Now, this is about the federalization of D.C. For this 30-day period. I don't know, 30 days, right? My understanding, that's what this is from. People complaining that the National Guard and other, entities are present. It's very interesting. The liberals are upset.
Free DC! Free DC! Free DC! Free DC! Free DC! Free DC! Concerning report
reports about crime statistics. Police are manipulating crime data to downplay crime in D.C. Will the administration release its own crime statistics to counter their misinformation? And will those individuals who are intentionally misrepresenting crime data and fudging the books, like you said, be penalized for endangering the public?
They are under investigation right now. They are giving us phony crime stats, just like they gave other stats in the financial world, but they're phony crime stats. And Washington, D.C.
Yeah, so they're saying that, let me back up here just a little bit here. Trump is saying that the DC crime stats have been, fudged. And I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know exactly what those numbers were, but I have done some research on this. And I think it's important for people to realize that, yeah, crime exists in DC. And that crime is bad. And as a Black American, not as a Republican, not as a Democrat, not as a progressive or anything in between, I think it's fair to say, no bueno. I think it's fair to say no bueno. Anybody ever broken your car? Broken my car. Anybody ever carjacked you? No, I haven't been carjacked. I haven't had the privilege. But I've had my wife's car stolen. I've had my car stolen. They stole my wife's car that I brought her. I remember back in the day, I bought her this old Grand Cherokee. And the fact it was like her first car, you know what I'm saying? It was a big deal. It was a big deal. And she came out from the Metro one day and it was just gone, baby. The Grand Cherokee was gone. It was green. It was an ugly color, but it was hers, damn it. And they stole it. We found it like 2 weeks later, man. It smelled bad. It smelled like not only did they pee in it, they went and got other people like, hey, you want to pee in here? Hey guys, you want to pee in this stolen car we got that we're gonna rip the seats up just for fun? Yeah, come on. You want to defecate? Come on. No, it's right here. It's a good spot. So look, what I'm saying is, those who are not the victims of crime are typically the people that say, let's focus on the other things. So I want to say, first of all, as I've stated before, fam, we don't have to be afraid to say you want crime to end. The problem I have with the Trump method of this is that more needs to be done besides just coming and showing a show of force. More needs to be done. We need wraparound services that would help prevent crime, and we need to provide other access for our young people, man. DC used to have summer jobs for its youth. There used to be programs that help people be able to get out of poverty. These things need to happen as well. We should be able to do both, man. We could put people on the moon, fam. We could cure diseases. We could broker talks between Ukraine and Russia. We can't get DC folks, we can't get the people that are hopefully trying to have a future, a bridge to a better life in DC. Oh, we could do it. We just have to have the courage to want to do it. Just want to have to prioritize it. Not just get a photo op. So that's my issue with this. But on the same token, fam, and let's be real clear here. They say murders are down. And I'm going to get to some numbers I'm going to show you later. I want you to know that's good. And I can say it's good, and I can give a damn if you say, you must be a Trump supporter, because you're going to say that anyway. Who cares what you say? Who cares if that's what you think? Or less people were killed since this takeover. Fine. Good. That should be something to clap for. When I see people not clapping for that, when I see people that won't be like, okay, that's good, who can't acknowledge that, I say, heck. Because they're all about political points, man. I don't give a damn about who's in office. You think if Byron did something that stopped or helped, even for a week, that I would be like, oh, screw that, that's so good. No, I would acknowledge that was a good move for that week. It doesn't mean that's my friend. It doesn't mean that's my savior. It doesn't mean go vote for him. That just means, yeah, we can acknowledge a good thing. We got to get into the habit of calling balls and strikes. When you can't call balls and strikes, when you can't call it out and call it up, that means you part of the machine, baby. That means you are drinking the Kool-Aid on ice. Let's keep going, fam. Let's see what the CNN panel had to say.
But they're phony crime stats. And Washington, D.C.
To feel safer. I know plenty of people in D.C. right now that actually don't feel safer. They feel more in danger.
Yeah, I would love Van to come back on the show and tell me who are those people in D.C. that feel more in danger. They wouldn't be selling drugs on the corner, would they? That's so 90s. People still do that. Like, what people feel more in danger? I really want to know, because Van, I'm right here, baby. Me and DJ Knock just, we were just talking. My brother lives in D.C. I spent a lot of time there. I used to work full-time in D.C. That's where I worked at. Every day for 15 years, pretty much. So I'm trying to understand who are these people you know who feel less safe. I want to know who they are, Van. I want you to give me some names, some numbers, something. I think you're a liar, Van. I think you're lying, Van. I do. I think you're not being honest. I think you're a hack. I think you're a hack. The only people that say they feel more afraid when cops show up are people doing crime. Yeah. Because in the neighborhoods where crime, where people getting hit in the head and where people be shooting and all this shit be going on, where kids be randomly getting shot, like I just saw this happen. They already feel unsafe. So what I'm saying is, it was shit. The question is it still shit? Or is it less shit? That's all I'm saying. I mean, I want people to be at least be a little honest and be like, yo, let's stop pretending it was utopia. Let's stop pretending it was, see, when you say they feel less safe, you're implying they felt safe before. And that is bullshit. Anything can happen. I live in Waldorf, a suburb of Maryland, in Charles County. 15 minutes away, and it's good neighborhood, bad neighborhood. Good neighborhood, okay neighborhood. Bad neighborhood, hell. Good neighborhood, that's pretty much all of Prince George's County and Charles County and D.C. For you to say they feel safer or less safe, I gotta call bullshit.
Data doesn't say
about what
that.
they
The
are
polls don't say
saying.
that.
The data didn't say it before.
No, hold on. The data actually does say that. 80% of D.C. residents do not approve of what Trump is doing in their city.
They don't approve of crime going down?
No,
80%
you asked for data, and she gave you the data. That's the data.
You asked for data. Abby had the data, and you're like, what? They
Ben,
live in a safe
Ben,
city.
have you seen the poll I'm talking about?
I've seen the
There's
poll.
been one. There has been one poll.
They believe their city is dangerous.
Listen, I don't know why you're arguing with me about this. I don't know why you're arguing with me about this. I'm talking to you about a real poll, not an imagined one, okay? 80% of residents in the city do not approve of Trump's move to take over law enforcement in the city. And most of them say they do not feel safer as a result of his actions. You can quibble with that.
The data says you're safer.
You can quibble with that, but you should take it up with D.C. residents because those are their
I'm always in.
Okay, so I don't know if I trust Abby's poll. I don't know if I do or not, but I'll tell you this. Here goes what's happened. This is what's been happening since the federalization, okay? 600 plus arrests. 300 of those arrests were immigration violations. 39 illegal gun offenders. 17 drug traffickers. 2 homicide suspects from previous homicides. 2 predators. 10 weapons seized, and 7 drug seizures. A little difficult to see. Let's get this bigger. So there we go. That's where we've been. That's where we're at, Johnson. Now, you can take that information and do with it as you please. We can all draw our own conclusions about what that means. And yeah, I think we all get to decide how we feel about that, right? So more than 600 total arrests were made since federal officers were deployed on August 7th, which 251 were arrests of immigrants in the country illegally. So the bulk of what's been happening, and I don't know why you would feel less safe if you were Black American, but you know what? Van didn't say he was Black. Well, he didn't say the people that he was talking to were Black. I just kind of assumed he talking about Black people. No, Van, Swirly Van, probably. Probably talking about maybe some people that were undocumented. Now, if you're undocumented, okay, maybe you know what, guys? Maybe I stand corrected. See, my frustration with Van being kind of cowardly since our last conversation. Maybe that leads me to be a little bit more edgy with him. Because I hadn't considered, just because Black people are my priority, and I advocate for those people primarily, if you talk to undocumented people, right? Because Van is Hollywood, right? So if you talk to undocumented people, yeah, undocumented people will probably feel unsafer. I wonder, Abby, the breakdown, the demographic breakdown of the people that you talk to in the poll or that were spoken to in the poll, because, yeah, I got to imagine if you're undocumented and they just picked up 300 people in 2 weeks, yeah, I think you would feel unsafe. Wouldn't feel safer. I got to imagine that. Give it up for that, y'all. Yeah. So 300 people in D.C. who don't have legal immigration status were arrested since August 7th. More than 300 individuals were arrested in D.C. over the past 10 days. So total violent crime for 2024 in the District of Columbia is down 35% from 2023, and it's its lowest it's been in over 30 years, after a spike in 2023. Overall statistics from DC's Metro Police Department show crime in the district is down so far in 2025 compared to a year ago. But then we got Trump saying, but the numbers have been cooked. That the numbers have been fudged. You know what? I'm never going to say numbers can't be fudged, because I believe police departments fudge numbers all the time. I think you can make a number look like what you want it to look like, depending on how you categorize it. That's what I believe. But one thing you can't fudge. You know what you can't fudge, fam? Bodies in the morgue. Hard to fudge those. Hard to fudge those. So don't get me twisted, guys. Like, this is controversial, what's happening in the district. Well, remember, guys, at the end of the day, it's about what works. I cannot say. I heard a brother say his mom ain't been able to go to the mailbox in 3 years. He comes over and checks the mail for his mom, because the mailbox is at the end of the corner, and it's not safe to go to the end of the corner when you're an elderly Black woman by yourself. I don't know what the situation is now. And I don't know if Trump having all this presence or DHS, FBI, DEA, I don't know if those personnel are making a difference. But I think we need to be realistic about what's up. We need to be real about it, right? It's fine for me to sit here and say, hey, put some social programs in place. I heard you when you criticized me for that, because that's me, man. I believe social programs are necessary. I believe children who that you want to put a curfew on children, what if their homes are unstable? What if there's no food in the house? What if mom is working 2 jobs or mom is on drugs and dad's in the jail? What if the kids are taking care of the kids? Like, there's so many reasons for so many things to happen. Do we give a damn at all? But the only solution is to lock up the kids and then lock up the parents? Is that the only solution? We don't know if those are the particular kids that are causing crime. It could be kids who have jobs, who are coming home from their job because somebody got to pay some bills. So we don't know the situation. And all I'm saying is, when a country as rich as America, we should be able to do both. Yeah. We should be able to do both, fam. If you can take care of migrants that come into my city or come into a city, you should be able to take care of the people that are in that city. And there should be no quibble. You shouldn't have to quibble with me over that. You should be like this if you say you love black people. That should not be something that I got to pull teeth out your head for you to admit to that. But you don't want to get Trump a win. You willing to let black people die to avoid Trump getting a win, only because you don't want to lose favor with the Democrats. And that's why I cannot stand the Democratic Party. And more than that, I can't stand the Democratic pull in the black attachment to the Democrats. Yeah, I can't stand that either. I have equal disdain for both because both lead us to the same place we at. All right, guys. Let me know what y'all think about this segment. You don't have to be a Trump supporter to say, hey, anytime less bodies in the morgue, good. I was under the impression that eventually what would happen is there'll be overstepping of the police, overstepping of law enforcement that will result in a catastrophe, a bad situation. Because one bad shooting under this 30-day, whatever this is, it would just go crazy. Right? But that hasn't happened. I don't want it to happen. Unlike some people, I don't want it to happen. I think Democrats are sitting around praying, please let somebody be shot. Please let somebody black. Let them be, so it'll prove our point. That's how affected they are with this Democrat versus Republican bullshit. They're willing to sacrifice a child. Ooh, a child will be even better. It'll send even a better message. That's disgusting, fam. It's horrific. That's what it's come to. All right. The Tim Black Show streams Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays right here. Go to jointimblack.com, become a member of this show. Our mission is to tell the truth, the whole truth. Nothing but the truth, baby. All right, let's keep it going, fam. Let's keep it going. Because, see, I can talk about that all day. We ain't got all day, fam.
Mr. Santos, are illegal immigrants counted in the U.S. Census?
Yes.
Why?
They have a usual residence in the United States.
Okay. Is that data collected by the census used to decide how many congressional districts and electoral college votes a state gets?
It is.
And it's true that states with high numbers of illegal immigrants, like California or New York, are typically Democrat states?
Correct, as is Texas.
Yes, sir. By counting illegal immigrants, these states receive more electoral votes and seats in Congress. Doesn't that mean that Democrats benefit from illegal immigration?
That's the way the math works out.
Yes, sir.
It all makes sense now why they're out there fighting federal agents to protect undocumented immigrants, especially in places like California and Chicago. That's what's keeping them in power. You know, they're protecting their power. That's why they throw so much money towards undocumented immigrants. Because Chicago is experiencing a $1.2 billion deficit because they threw all their money towards undocumented immigrants. They put all their money towards protecting undocumented immigrants. I don't care about any of the citizens, the U.S. citizens that's residing in Chicago, because all the funding is going towards the undocumented immigrants, which ensures them to keep their seats in power. Just like in California, all these sanctuary cities, that's why they throw so much money towards undocumented immigrants, to make sure they're in power. It makes so much sense.
That's my next topic. Is going to be Jussie Smollett. But you know what, man? I looked at this and I was looking at this topic because I think my brother, Actify Press, MG, put this out. At least he commented about it. He said, you know what? I don't fault the gerrymandering that's happening in Texas any more than you fault the Democrats trying to flood the sanctuary cities in order to increase their congressional gerrymandering as well in blue states. But see, the same thing. It's the same thing. It's quid pro quo. It's a payoff on both sides. So Democrats have been doing that and making it seem like, oh, it's for humanitarian purposes. And I don't remember. I don't recall, corporate media being upset about it. I remember them buying it hook, line, and sinker. Oh, it's for good reason. Obviously. Here to give sanctuary for sanctuary purposes. It wouldn't be to pad the books and, be able to create more blue districts, would it? No, never. So yeah, it's reindeer games by the political establishment. It's reindeer games. It's gamesmanship between the parties. Something that has nothing and no benefit at all to us. Okay? So I think what happens is some of us get caught up in the BS and don't even know what time it is. We all mixed up in it, don't know what's going on. We all in the must and can't catch up, baby. We all caught up. We all fighting about a fight that we ain't even in. They don't even care about us. We have afterthought. No one's thinking about us. Black America, ain't nobody thinking about us. And if we don't think about us, if all we doing is repeating talking points from either side of the equation, then we're not doing our due diligence. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, because all I've been hearing them talk about is, they're gerrymandering the district, and Al Green lost his seat, and so did Jasmine Crockett. Oh, no. Last time I checked, Biden let in 20 million undocumented people. I don't know exactly what states those people went to, what cities, but they can count on the census. So what's going to happen in those districts? Those people count. They're residents now, and when it comes to allocating the number of people in Congress, yeah, those bodies count, right? Yeah, just something to consider. I tell people, man, all the time, man, whenever I hear the Democrats complaining about what the Republicans are doing, I listen because I want to hold both sides accountable. But I'm always aware that typically whatever the Democrats are complaining about is something they're already doing or plan to do, if they ain't done it already. Yeah, that's been my experience. And in this particular situation, when it comes to gerrymandering, Democrats already beat them to the punch. Republicans are responding to the efforts of the Democrats that took place during Biden's run. Do you get it? I asked people straight up, I said, why do you think Biden let in 20 million people? All of them can't cut his lawn in Delaware. What did he do it for? What was his motive? And if you think it's because he's Jesus Christ, he's a Christian, and he believes in helping the crippled children and feeding the hungry. He don't do that shit right here. What are you talking about? He don't do that in Delaware. If you believe that, you're a fool. I asked the question. I didn't get many responses. I asked a very simple question. Why do you think he did the shit? You're like, I don't know. I like everybody. I want everybody to be helpful. I want everybody to have a great life. I want everybody, the whole world. I hope the whole planet, everybody gets to win. You live in America. If you wanted everybody to win, it'd probably be a good idea to not live in a country that mows people down like grass. I mean, we all here. It ain't our fault, man. We can't be delusional. We got to pull our heads out our asses at some time. We can't live in la-la land. You know what I'm saying? Only country to drop a nuclear bomb on people. But I want everybody to be happy. Now, man, what I'm saying, and back to my point. The point is this, man. Biden did it for a reason. And if you got your head too far up your exterior to figure out a reason that makes sense, as Judge Joe Brown would say, that ain't my problem. You need to get a piece of reality check. Now, I'm not positive that's what Joe Brown would say, but I got a feeling. Tim Black is saying it right now. And let me know what y'all think, fam. Take the Black Truth Challenge. Take the Black Truth Challenge. Go to TimBlackTV.com. Find my website. Join us. Be a part of the movement. This type of nonsense, where we believe hook, line, and sinker, the complaints of the Democrats without doing fact checks, without looking deeper. Yeah, we're doing ourselves a disservice. That's what we're doing. All right, let's keep it moving, fam. Where we at? We gonna go to Jussie Smollett? Juicy. See, man, y'all got me messed up, man.
Residing in Chicago because all the funding is going towards the undocumented immigrants.
Yeah, man, this is the, I said, well, you know what? I'm looking for content to cover for tonight, and I figured, you know what? Let me look at this. Let me watch this program. The Jussie Smollett, the truth about Jussie Smollett. And I'm watching this thing, man, and I got to tell you guys, do I have anything here on this? I don't know if I do or not. Do I have anything? As I watched it, it was clear to me. It was clear to me that there are some things about the Jussie Smollett case that I saw coming back then, and I have not changed my opinion. So it's on Netflix. It's a documentary. It's about an hour and a half long. If you got an hour and a half to offer up, go ahead and take a look at it. It's interesting. You get to see Jussie talking. You see the two Zondario brothers, and others. But this tweet right here kind of sums up where I am on this whole thing. And let me put it on the screen. Full mass. Oh, not me. Put it on the screen. Full mass. Dude, as much as the Chicago police would have happily stitched up Jussie Smollett, the Netflix documentary ran for 86 minutes, only to tell me the smoking gun is these are definitely two different guys, and the guy on the left is white. Please behave. Yeah, folks, I sat through that entire documentary, and that's pretty much my takeaway. The entire documentary hinges on you believing that picture of obviously a black person or a person with dark skin is somehow so ashy, you think they're white. Yeah. I did not change my opinion at all. Jussie Smollett is full of shit. That's what I got from this. Jussie Smollett, he's committed to the lie. Look, just because you're committed to the grift doesn't mean you ain't grifting. There are people that go down with the ship when they grift all the time. Jussie Smollett is just a person who realizes it's better to die with the lie than tell the truth. Yeah, because as long as he dies with the lie, they're going to be LGBTQ people and some goofy, starstruck losers that go, oh, I got to believe it. I got to believe just because they hate Trump. It's got nothing to do with Trump. In fact, when this whole thing happened, 90% of the country was supporting Jussie when it first happened. Even Trump was like, this is heinous. It's a terrible thing. This is the worst. It's the worst thing. Someone put a rope around his neck. This is the worst thing that could happen. Even he said it. Biden put out tweets. Kamala put out tweets. Vivica Fox. John Legend. Everybody was behind him. People started leaving because his story started collapsing. It fell into itself. It broke. I don't know why. I don't know why people would ever go against their own intuition on this thing, man. I mean, it's pretty clear. He's just full of it. That's what I'm pretty clear. But look, watch it, make your own decisions. It is what it is. I tell you, man, back in the day, Johnson. Back in the day, I had a conversation with a brother about this. Yeah. Let's go to that. I have a weird. Some people call it Hollyweird, but the Jussie Smollett situation looks pretty weird. The Chicago Police Department said more than likely he fabricated a hate crime hoax. Does Hollywood make you that determined to keep the spotlight on you that you could foresee people going to this type of extent to keep spotlight on them, Mr. Duke?
I don't think everybody. I think that there's some good white people and black people in Hollywood. I've met a number of them who helped me with my career. But as a whole of Hollywood, I have a metaphor that I use, and I use myself in it, and it's a 4-part. And this is why people do what they do if he did this, okay? Number 1, who's Bill Duke? Number 2, you gotta get me and find me Bill Duke. Number 3, find me a younger Bill Duke. Number 4, who's Bill Duke?
Look at me, man. I had my skin all straight. I was all young. That's about 7 years ago, man. Check it out, man. Bill Duke put out a good point about how people in Hollywood become, I don't want to say desperate, but they want their careers to move forward. They want their careers to expand. They want their careers to hit the stratosphere, you know? And he said, you know, the 4 stages. Who's Bill Duke? Never heard of him. Basically, they ignore you. Then it's, oh, you're hot. Give me Bill Duke. Then the next thing they say, hey, give me a younger Bill Duke. Because you only get a certain amount of time where your value to them, depending on the part. And before you know it, it's who's Bill Duke again? But let's keep going because the conversation goes further.
Sometimes desperation, man, isn't proven yet, but
yeah.
Did I lie?
Nah, not at all.
So he probably knows that, right? So he's trying, and maybe he tried to, I can't speak because I don't know. But the more attention you bring to yourself, particularly online, I mean, it goes global. So maybe he felt that, you know, it hasn't been proven yet, but he needed more attention for a longer career or whatever.
Well, where I sit, it's a tragedy. I thought, you know, I don't. If you believe, as Bill Duke believes, that attention is very valuable for someone in Hollywood, and that maybe even if they're getting their paycheck now, who knows what was laying for them? Who knows how long power was going to run? I mean, if you're hot, you want to stay hot, and it's possible, as Bill Duke pointed out, maybe he just wanted the attention. And I think that was pretty clear. I think even now when I saw the clips in the documentary, he was milking this shit. He was milking it for the opportunity to be in front of people again. That's what I felt. I felt it's an actor acting, putting on his best performance. Probably his most important performance, trying to get his career rekindled. And that, to me, is the best explanation for what happened. It's exactly what Bill Duke said. Attention. Maybe he didn't think it would go this far. Maybe he did. I don't think he expected all of this. I mean, his career, he hasn't really worked in 5 years. I do not believe that Jussie Smollett, I don't believe that 2 white guys in MAGA hats put a rope around his neck, and he kept the rope around his neck to show the cops the rope around his neck. As if, I don't believe if someone jumps me and 2 white guys jump me in a polar vortex when I'm coming from Subway at 3 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the morning, I don't think I had the wherewithal to grab the damn Subway sandwich. I think that'd be the last thing I'd be worried about. I'm worried about getting up out of here. I want to be making sure I got my sandwich. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Yep, Jussie Smollett. I think people that believe this, and I'm gonna leave it here, man. People that believe that Jussie was railroaded, yeah, or people that believe that the Chicago Police Department is corrupt, yes, they are. And I covered the Laquan McDonald case. Oh, let me add this: putting the Laquan McDonald case in this story. That's some disgusting lowball, horrific, selfish, disgusting, like pathetic play. I mean, I covered the Laquan McDonald case. I went after Rahm Emanuel and Kim Fox. I went after the Chicago Police Department on that. And I was just in doing so. I did the right thing. But yo, that don't have anything to do with Jussie Smollett. All police departments fabricate information. All of them try to cover up their messes. All of them protect their own. That's what the blue wall of silence has been. But to say, that's why you believe Jussie wasn't lying? That's why you believe he got jumped? It's because Laquan McDonald, they doctored the footage and took out parts of the footage of the execution-style shooting of Officer Jason Van Dyke. I don't know, man. That's just this low ball. That's right there is this dirty pool all around, Johnson. That just goes to show whoever put that together, and I don't know who it was, whoever greenlighted this documentary for Netflix, used the death of Laquan McDonald to kind of justify and put doubt on the Chicago Police Department. I already have doubt about the Chicago Police Department, but I also have doubt about Jussie Smollett. And they obviously did this just to get clicks, just to get views. They don't give a shit about Laquan McDonald or Jussie Smollett. I don't think they do, Johnson. All right, let's keep it going, fam. I don't know what's going on in the inner work.
Whole game, man. You know, if you want love, you better be a florist or something, because no love out here, but you'll be used. You know, I always say this, and people get offended by it, but I think it's true. It's a pimp and hoe game, man. It's a pimp and hoe game, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I keep telling my representation, I don't look good in fishnets and pumps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Shout out to the one and only Bill Duke, fam. Give it up for him. Yeah. Bill Duke calls this shit out back in the day, fam. Back in the day. Next.
Wanting to buy.
That is all.
Yo.
Next on deck with Tim Black.
That is all.
Yo, I'm at Walgreens looking at freaking cards. Does anyone else think that this is whack?
Mahogany.
There's a whole section of cards for black people, and it's from Hallmark Mahogany. That's fucked up, isn't it?
What I don't get is, why is this dude so triggered by a black person wanting to buy a card that looks like the person they're giving it to? Like, why would I want to celebrate a birthday, or to mourn a death, or to congratulate a graduate and give them a card that looked like you on it? Why do you have to look like everything? Why does everything have to look like you? Why is it so weird that I want to give my family member something that actually looks like my family member? And since you asked, what's very whack? You know what I find extremely whack? Is a white boy saying whack when he's saying dumb shit about black people?
Yeah, you know what, man? And this is it, man. I gotta say this. I'm gonna say it very loudly. I agree with D.L. Hughley. Yeah, I agree with him. I do, man. He's right. Guy's right. This white guy's a dumbass. Yeah, that's a dumb mofo, man. Yeah, man. That's how it is, man. There are a lot of white people that don't realize America's very white. They don't realize that black people exist, and that there's a lot of stuff that's just very white. And yeah, sometimes it matters. You know, that's what it is, man. You know, that's what it is to be. That's what it is to be a white American, be a white guy particularly. You know, you walk through life and basically anybody that's not white is invisible to you. They basically don't count. They don't have birthdays and holidays and special occasions. And when they do, you're wondering why they don't get cards with you on them. Yeah, you wonder why, hey, what's wrong with having having my little son on your card to celebrate your son? Those same people, do they buy toys and clothes, or do they buy cards or pictures and art with our likeness on it if they're not sports figures? Or maybe musicians? You understand what I'm saying? Like, do they buy artwork that's with a likeness of a black person on it? I'm just wondering. You know, I don't know what part of the country this white guy lives in. He's ever been in a Walgreens or in a CVS or any one of the stores, a number of stores, Walmart or whatever that sells greeting cards, or even a Hallmark store. We have Hallmark stores. We have Hallmark stores in the DMV where you'll see this little section. Now, it's not as big as the general section, where 90% of the cards would if they have a person, the person will be Caucasian. Shout out to Katrina. Okay? But it is what it is. And that's part of what the problem is, man. That's part of what the problem is. And so, yeah, I'm caught between a conundrum. Because, yeah, I agree that, some of the DEI stuff that I feel benefited for the most part, benefited white women more than it benefited anyone else. But I understand the sentiment that people say we need to be more diverse when it comes to, certain issues because, yeah, America's primarily the default is white. For instance, if I go to any large language model, if I go to any image generator or video generator online right now, and anybody, please do it. There are a number of image or video generators online right now that you can use for free. When you generate an image and you say, give me an image, create an image of a man teaching his son how to ride a bike. You tell me the ethnicity of the likeness of the person that they generate, of the subjects that they generate. And I can tell you, I had to tell these large language models Black American person. Because if I don't, what? They make it a white person. So we still have people, man. It's sad. We have people walking around that understanding that black people are not, yeah. With all the complaining that they do, there's a lot of complaining online by people on the right. Certain conservatives that complain a lot about Black Americans, like we are taking over the country. Yeah, but they can go to any large language model, put in an image generation prompt, and spit out white people. And they don't have to tell it to. They don't have to lose credits, try to redo it, try to get their white person to come out. It just comes out. How blonde do you want the white person to be? How petite do you want the white woman to be? I say make a picture of a beautiful woman. And automatically it's going to make a white woman. A petite white woman with blonde hair and blue eyes. That's what it's going to do. And you don't have a problem with that. And you shouldn't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with it. I've learned to deal with it. I've been black my whole life. There's just shit black people deal with that white people don't deal with. And a card. This, remember guys, this is not a big deal. We got bigger shit to deal with. When we're dealing with it here on the Tim Black Show. We talk about other stuff. But I got to point this out. This white man went to a store. Remember, it's not all of the card section is black. It's the mahogany line is a couple of shelves. A couple of shelves, Johnson. You understand what I'm saying? In an entire section. He did not focus on all the white cards. Or they got cartoon cards, they got gag cards, they got cards that make music, they got blank cards. He focused on just the black cards. He shot a video of it. He saw it, then he shot a video, said, I bet I'll go viral. Right? Because that's the mindset that he had to be thinking. I'm trying to get into the psyche of the guy. So he goes into a store, he overlooks all the white cards he sees, all the cartoon cards, all of the blank cards on the inside or whatever, a picture of flowers with no people at all. It goes right to the section where it's black mahogany for the little row of black cards and shoots a video knowing that there will be other white people that will retweet this or repost it on TikTok because they'll feel the same way, that this is whack. He'll shoot that video, upload that video, and post it. And now for 1 second did he think, maybe this is a good idea. Maybe this exposes my latent racism, my bigotry, my selfishness, my tendency to be, my ego maniac, like I'm an egomaniac, I'm maniacal, like I'm a narcissist. No one else exists in the world but myself. All I say is white, white, white. Nobody else matters. Like, he did not give a damn. And this is viral. Now, some of the viralness of this thing is probably because black people like me are talking about it. Yeah. So yeah, we bear a little bit of the responsibility. We bear some responsibility for the viralness of this because I'm sure DL's talked about it. I'm talking about it. I'm sure other people have talked about it. But Buck sent it to me and he's white. Look, white people, I don't know if you can tell or not, but America has black people. And black Americans are here. And we don't all speak Spanish. And we're not going nowhere. I know the progressives want us not to say that. They don't want us to claim this country that we built for free against our will. I know they don't want us to say that, but I'm saying it. This is our country too. In fact, it's more our country because some of you came in the late 1900s. Ellis Island. Yeah. How Malcolm said, we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. All right, y'all, let's keep going. We're almost done, right? Jesus. That's crazy.
Next on deck with Tim Black.
On the all-time list of weirdest culture wars, this one's got to rank pretty high. And for one company, an iconic company, the price that it is paying is also very high. Here's the bottom line, at least we think. Cracker Barrel has updated its logo. You see it right there. The redesigned logo and decor, whether you love it or hate it, is change. It's pretty standard for companies to update from time to time, but not according to MAGA. The right is now calling the chain woke, and the stock price fell off a cliff today over it. Some of them are upset that they took away Uncle Herschel. The president's son asked, what the F is wrong with them? One MAGA account with nearly 4 million followers said that the CEO should face charges for this crime against humanity. And a MAGA podcaster took it one step further.
And got rid of the cracker and the barrel. They erased the white guy sitting outside of the Cracker Barrel store. White people are about to riot. It's getting sticky because the CEO of Cracker Barrel is as woke as they come. She's destroying a great American brand.
I don't know if this is satire or what, but yeah, I guess they got rid of the cracker, his words, and the barrel at the same time. And so now it's about to be Civil War Part 2 in the country. Make it make sense.
First off, I think it's wrong to paint this as MAGA world is outraged. Sure, there are people in that sphere that are, but I've seen a lot of folks who have no allegiance or alliance to MAGA that have complained about this. And why? It's because there's a resistance to change, specifically a resistance to changing things that aren't broken. And Cracker Barrel works because Cracker Barrel is consistent. When you go on a road trip, you know that you're going to get good food at a good price at the next exit. And you can go in and you have the kitschy decor. It makes you feel like you're at home or in grandma's living room. That's what people want. They don't want bland, boring, cookie cutter, minimalist places that feel like fill-in-the-blank fusion restaurants.
I believe you. I believe that you believe that.
Did you all get that? She believes me.
But I have to point out there are two main things. One, Cracker Barrel has not been doing well. I hate to break it to you, but long before all of this, going all the way back to, from my look at this graphic, July 2021 or thereabouts, the stock has been in decline, okay? So this is a brand that's been in trouble for some time. But then on top of that, listen, it's not just me saying it's MAGA, okay? Here's Byron Donalds, a sitting Republican congressman. He says, in college, I worked at Cracker Barrel in Tallahassee. I even gave my life to Christ in their parking lot. Their logo was iconic. Their unique restaurants were a fixture of American culture. No one asked for this woke rebrand. It's time to make Cracker Barrel great again.
A
woke rebrand?
Not everything is woke. I think we're abusing the term a little bit too much where it's losing its meaning, and that's really important because some things actually are woke and we should call it like it is. However, in this case, from a marketing perspective, if revenues are declining, you got to switch it up, you got to implement a new strategy. But who at that round table was thinking to themselves, yes, let's go back to the minimalism of 5 years ago that is sterile and bland and neutered, and let's rob this iconic, timeless company of all of its character and charm and fun history. And
let me add this, just let me interrupt for a second and say, Byron Donalds, you are a Sambo. Let me just slide that in there real quick, man. What kind of Sambo nonsense is this? You propose to your wife at a Cracker Barrel? That's why this wife is white. I'm sorry. I just lost all my jokes. Forgot that. I forgot he was married to a white woman. I forgot that. That is his thing. That is his thing. His manumission, omission. Forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about that. His job is to save the whites. That's how he gets to sleep in a big house. You don't have to go out in the fields. Yeah, Byron Donalds had to take every opportunity to try to get some votes in Florida, huh? Why did Cracker Barrel biscuit go to therapy? It had too many crummy relationships. That's not funny. But the name Cracker Barrel in itself should be a slur. But now they like it. Byron said he worked there and he proposed to his wife there at the Cracker Barrel. I thought you were getting, what were you doing? Selling weed? What were you doing? Inside a train? What did he do? He did something that was embarrassing as hell. I don't know, man. Let's keep going. What's Van Lathan going to say?
Country vibe. That's not super smart.
I'm
Maximalism is the moment. And also Gen Z, we love Cracker Barrel.
There's a lot of there's a lot of like bad corporate decision making happening.
But isn't that capitalism?
Right.
Like,
aren't they allowed to make mistakes?
And the market will
decide.
supposed to stand
And the market
for
will
private
decide.
companies
That's
to be
what I'm
able
saying.
to make their own decisions about their strategy, their offering, their brand, evolving to meet their consumers' needs. And by the way, the 4 Cracker Barrels that actually already underwent this transformation of the new branding apparently are doing very well and are meeting earnings. So to your point,
okay, so to your point, let me play what the CEO said because she kind of spoke to that. Let's listen to this.
I think what's important is that we are listening to our guests. We're doing this all for them. What they've said is they love the new seating. We're adding in booths, making the chairs more comfortable. But what's important is things that people love about Cracker Barrel, the soul of Cracker Barrel is not changing. The rocking chairs are still there, the fireplace is there, the peg game, all the things that make Cracker Barrel, the vintage decor, it's still there and it's working. The results affirm that we're headed in the right direction.
What if all the customers are coming at you hard enough about the look of the restaurant and they want to go back to the old way? Would you do it?
Honestly, the feedback's been overwhelmingly positive that people like what we're doing.
She's woke. I mean, you say not everybody in America is part of this. Well, welcome to what it feels like to have been a moderate Democrat for like the last 10 years.
You know what, man? It feels to me like I kind of understand why some of the white folks might feel a little certain kind of way about this. Yeah, sort of like I don't know, man. Think about it. You know what, man? Walk with me, Black America, on this. Walk with me on this, man. Cracker Barrel is bar none the white hick, like redneck, broke ass diner of America. It's what it is. It's the white hickey. It's the po hick, the po broke white people spot. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. That's what it is, Johnson. Like there's a couple DC spots, that are down south, like rustic black ninja spots. Now we don't have, I don't know, we don't have that southern thing, but the food is definitely southern food, deep south food, fried food. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying, Ben's Chili Bowl. I'm thinking of this place on Oxon Hill Road. Damn it, I can't think of the name of the place. I want to get this because I got people that watch the show that are from the DC area, man. They're from the DNC area. So let me put soul food. Let's put soul food, and let's put for my location. I'm on Yelp, by the way. Y'all need to sponsor this show. And I'm gonna put Oxon Hill. Oxon Hill, Maryland. Okay, because this is a particular place I'm thinking of, and people from this area will know what I'm talking about. Henry's Soul Cafe. There you go, Henry's Soul Cafe. Now he got rhythm and blues on the wall. You know what I'm saying? Might have a picture of Gladys Pips, some some older, maybe, picture of maybe Lou Rawls or picture of, Big Luther, not Little Luther, Big Luther. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain things, man, might be some, and Nat King Cole on the wall, on the table. I know the table had little pictures of Black American rhythm and blues musicians. You know what I'm saying? And if you go to Henry's Soul Cafe, and it had, I don't know, Nirvana. I don't know, not Nirvana. I don't know, what's that guy, Bruno Mars. Yeah, if they took out Natalie Cole and put Bruno Mars on that mofo, you know what I'm saying? I'd be like, what the hell is going on here? That's not what I want when I go to the Soul Food Cafe. I'm just saying, can't white people be white people? Yeah, I'm going to go the other way on this. I've changed my mind because I start thinking, look, if I'm going to say Hallmark could have a mahogany line, well, damn it, Johnson, let the Pohicks, let the Crackers have Cracker Barrel. Yeah, let them have it. Let them have that Cracker Barrel. Now, it's up to Cracker Barrel to want to keep it. Cracker Barrel's money ain't tight. If you were patronizing Cracker Barrel to the extent that the money was right, I don't think Cracker Barrel makes the change. Yeah, you can't knock Cracker Barrel for going, whatever this is, trying to modernize and get out of the box of looking like a po-hick type of rednecks diner, greasy spoon, maybe they want to upgrade a little bit. Because maybe the prices have to stay low to accommodate the demographic that are accustomed to coming to their store. So they want to up the demographic. They want to more diversify the demographic, not because they love black people. You know, this is the biggest fallacy in the world, Johnson. These people, these liberals, and then some of the conservatives are goofy too, because they think liberals want to diversify because they love people, or they love the LGBTQ, or they love black people. Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bill, y'all. Abby just shows you. The money was going down the tubes. The market share was drowning. They are sinking into a ditch of old chicken livers. Okay, that's what's going on. They're cratering. The money was cratering, fam. And they're saying, like, we got to find a way to do something, or we're going to end up filing bankrupt in Chapter 11 or some shit. And you are complaining that you have a company trying not to go out of business. You're not eating there anymore. We got all these conservatives online. We got conservative politicians talking shit. When was the last time Byron McDonald's went to a Cracker Barrel? We're not saying what you were doing in between selling Nick bags in Florida, Byron McDonald's. We're talking about now, like right now. When was the last time your ass went to a Cracker Barrel? You probably haven't went to that greasy spoon in so long, you forgot how to get there. But if I'm going to say, on one hand, look, we can have our Mahogany card line, right? Then I gotta let white folks, poor white folks, working class white folks, have their Cracker Barrel. Now, when I go in Cracker Barrel, don't treat me like this is a Klan spot, right? And if I remember correctly, wasn't there Denny's that wouldn't wait on us? Yeah, remember Denny's? Wasn't it Denny's, fam? It was Denny's that wouldn't wait on ninjas, not Cracker Barrel. In fact, I think there are a lot of places we could go and get horrible service. Yeah. I don't remember a story, a Cracker Barrel not wanting to wait on the blacks. So yeah. I just, I'm gonna keep going, but I want to throw that out there because, let's not be corny. And for my black Americans out there, man, black folks, remember, we don't cape for parties. So this knee jerk that I'm sure Van Lathan's about to do, that ain't about black people. That ain't about being realistic. 65% of America's white. We know this. And it don't much matter if Jethro's sitting on the freaking logo or not. It's still a white company, a white-owned restaurant for the most part. That's what it is. Let's keep going.
When anything the most lunatic person on the left said was assigned to absolutely everyone on the other side.
I have to say, the president's son,
Well, first of all,
this is not just like a lunatic.
You know what's funny about that is he lying. He don't know nothing about Cracker Barrel. He did not grow up with Cracker Barrel. He has no clue. They're not dipping the crackers into caviar. He don't know nothing about what he's talking about. He has no clue. It's a lot of people. This is the thing that annoys me about this the most. It's like, just stop giving them stuff to cry about. Like, I get it. Like, this whole thing, I understand that the want is to continue to move and all of this, but now we get stuck on another meaningless culture war when there's real stuff that's actually going on.
On a serious note, and I'm sorry to...
Somebody didn't have a good retort like myself. Because, see, mine is the direction he should have went, but of course you can't do that and still get to go on to CNN. You'll get harassed by all your Hollywood elite Democratic friends. Because what I said makes sense. What I said would also play very well with most of America because it's just real. You ain't got to agree with it, but you got to acknowledge, it's a lot of broke-ass white people. And Cracker Barrel is modestly priced. I think it gets a 1 or a 2 in the, it gets a 1 probably, a 1 star which means $1 sign in Yelp, which means it's modestly priced. People want to go there and get their eggs and what's it, steak and gravy or whatever. That's what they want to do. Let's see if Abby does a better job.
And have interrupted you, Terry, but on a serious note, the undercurrent of a lot of this is that this is a company that no longer has a policy of not hiring LGBTQ people, that has tried to create a workplace environment that is welcoming to all of its employees. And for that reason, people like right-wing activist Robbie Starbuck are saying that they are woke. There is an undercurrent that if you acknowledge the existence and perhaps the humanity of people who are LGBTQ or whatever, then suddenly you become woke and suddenly you become entitled to this kind of backlash.
This is a weird fringe on both sides.
Hold on now. Cracker Barrel does not have a history of LGBTQ discrimination. Rather, it faced public outcry and boycotts in '91 for firing gay employees based on its outdated policy, which it then rescinded. Well, damn it, Abby, that was 30 years ago. 35 years ago. Hey, back in the 60s, the Jehovah's Witnesses wouldn't let black people join. Anyway, just something I thought I'd throw out there because my mom might be watching. But no, what I'm saying, fam, is it was a lot of racist shit in LGBTQ. But yeah, that's kind of, why am I making better points than the CNN people? Give me money, CNN, I'll do a better job.
Most people just want breakfast. They really don't want to fight about who's, and they're live and let live. We are fair-minded, decent people who are mostly live and let live. You see somebody who's maybe different from you at the Cracker Barrel, you're going to storm out. How dare they have somebody who's gay in there?
They don't want pandering, and I will say the reaction to this is
to hire someone.
Well, I actually by basically saying that we are going to be overtly progressive in our posture.
But they're allowed. That's a corporate decision that they are allowed to make. And if people don't want to go eat there, they don't have to. But to attack the company, to do this cancel culture thing, which I thought the right opposed cancel culture.
Oh, they love it.
I thought they opposed, well, supposedly, right? I thought they opposed grievance politics. I thought they opposed victimization. I thought they opposed all of these binaries. But now all of a sudden, they don't like this company because it's too woke, and they want to cancel the company.
By the way, a couple things. Number one, I actually don't agree that it's just the fringe of the right. I think the president and other people, they run on these culture war issues.
Right.
They took Sydney Sweeney and the entire discourse around Sydney Sweeney and blew it up when they needed a lifeline from everybody's laser focus on other things. I think that the culture war issues right now are actually steroids to the people that want to use the changing of America and the perceived changing of America as ammunition to ram through all of these policies. I think that there's a definite through line between this right here.
I think most
someone who lives in the Midwest
just want a normal revolution. You don't think most Americans just want normal? Because what Cracker Barrel had before.
Well, what's abnormal? I don't get.
I don't know
hiring gay
what the
people is
average
abnormal?
American is.
Well, what's the average American?
To rip a logo that.
She just put her foot in some dog shit, didn't she? A bucket of it. What are you talking about normal? That means white. That's the default. You know what's, man? Van Lathan, same person. Man, they really need a Tim Black on the show, don't they, man? They need somebody to counter the bullshit. They let Van just say anything. Yo, Abby. Democrats play culture wars too. Yeah, that's when you're doing the DEI stuff, when you're talking about we need more LGBTQ. What about the trans? You don't think that's culture wars just the other way? It is. 1% of the population has been the focal point of conversation in the last 7-8 years? All because Obama wanted to make it so? Please? I'm sorry? Meanwhile, we're stepping over homeless people like they're garbage? No one gives a shit? It took a celebrity star from the Comedy Central to get a bill through that got veterans treatment after catching cancer at burn pits in Afghanistan and Iraq? And it took that almost a decade to happen? We got veterans freezing on the steps in front of buildings that are heated, that are empty. And Democrats play culture wars, it's just with different cultural tools. They use different pawns. Yeah, Trump will use Sweeney and, killers like Benny, what's his name? The guy who killed my brother, killed the brother, Denny, Benny, whatever his name was, the guy he took who's the guy that Trump took to the football game? I met him at the Super Bowl, whatever it was. These people are considered icons. So that Trump has his and Republicans have their pawns. But Democrats had their pawns too. Jussie Smollett was a pawn. It was a pawn that, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden played. As soon as that popped in the news, they jumped on that. But see, no one gives it the same amount of scrutiny. They had a 2-for-1. They had a black gay guy. And they use it as such. I mean, this is the problem, right? When you watch CNN, they lie and pretend that there's only one side of the equation that's doing the same shit. They're both playing the same culture wars. There is no war if there's nobody fighting back with similar artillery. In fact, I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but the Democrats have more artillery because they have more media. They have an actual apparatus called Hollywood at their disposal. And they carry the nukes called movies and documentaries. So, yeah, it's just disingenuous, man. I'm a Van Lathan stopper. I'm just good at this. I'm good at picking them apart. Let's keep going, fam. This is interesting. I like being right.
Didn't need to be changed.
Well, all right, so that's up to you. That's not up to MAGA.
We don't know why they changed the logo. I don't understand. I mean, the assumption here is that they took the white guy off the logo, but maybe they just changed the logo and simplified it. I don't know. I mean, we just actually don't know.
Rebrands.
But now the lobby
looks
looks like Holiday Inn, which is weird.
People don't have to like the logo, and maybe they'll change it back. But it's.
Pete, you were saying.
Well, I just wanted to say, as someone who actually lives in the Midwest, in the heartland of America, I have a lot of friends who are watching tonight. When they saw the intro and we were going to talk about Cracker Barrel, my phone blew up. And they said, I am so angry. I hope you express that anger.
Daniel Penny is his name. Yeah, Daniel Penny is the one I was referring to when I said that Trump, they play the culture war games when they use Daniel Penny, but I also say, Democrats use Jussie Smollett. And I don't know, Beyonce. Anybody else that can find, reach out and grab somebody and use them as a token. Abrego Garcia is a culture war remnant of the culture war that the Democrats are playing right now, when they called him the Maryland father, and left out the fact he was smuggling people, human trafficking, and had $25,000 in cash and 8 illegal, undocumented people in his vehicle. He left that part out when he called him the Maryland father. So yeah, it's a lot of bullshit going on, but I got to go back to Abby, man, because Abby said something that was total horse shit. And I can't let that stand, Johnson. We can't just let Abby say horse shit. She said something about the Cracker Barrel, taking the Cracker Barrel off the, what'd she say?
I don't get.
I don't know what the average American is. No,
what's the average
like
American?
to strip a logo that didn't need to be changed.
Well, all right, so that's up to you. That's not up to MAGA.
We don't know why they changed the logo. I don't understand. I mean, the assumption here is that they took the white guy off the logo, but maybe they just changed the logo and simplified it. I don't know.
Listen to this shit. And see, this is why I clown Abby. Well, I don't know. Listen, Scott. Listen, here's my thought. It's not in reality at all. It's bullshit I'm pulling out of my ass. But listen, is it possible? Allegedly, maybe they changed the logo. When they took the white guy off, they didn't really take him off. They left him on. They just hid him behind the rest of the logo. Yeah, they put a mask in front of him. They didn't really remove him. He's still there in essence. His essence is still felt somehow through the hue of the logo. Maybe they didn't delete him. They just made him opaque. Yeah, they lowered the opacity level to the point where he's invisible, but he's still there in spirit. Yeah, that's what they did. Yeah, and when someone dies, they're not really dead. They're just No longer here. Yeah, that's what it is. And when you get terminated or fired like Joy Reid was, maybe not really fired, maybe just on a permanent leave of absence. Yeah. I'm Abby Phillip, and I have a show, and they give me millions of dollars to say shit that don't make any sense. And I'm caping so hard for the Democrats. I'm like a superhero caper. Yeah, I'm a complete moron. And I have horrible takes on a lot of things. But some people think I'm attractive, especially when I make my hair crinkly. Doesn't matter if my points don't make sense. I'm here to make Republicans look dumb and to make them seem classless, even when I bring on people that don't know shit like Tavis Scott. No, not Tavis Scott. What's her name? Tamika Mallory? Angela Rye. Bakari. Or, in this case, Van Jones. Oh, Van Lathan. I get them all mixed up. They're all the same people. Eric Boynton. But yeah, I mean, come on, Johnson. They took the cracker off the barrel. They got rid of the cracker and the barrel, and this woman said, maybe they didn't really get rid of it. Maybe they just wanted to update their, without the people that were on the. See, this is why we can't have nice things.
I mean, we just
actually
don't
rebrands.
But now
that
the
had
lobby
5
looks like
different
Holiday
logos.
Inn, which is weird.
People don't have to like the logo, and maybe they'll change it back. But like, it's.
Pete, you were saying.
Well, I just wanted to say, as someone who actually lives in the Midwest, in the heartland of America, I have a lot of friends who are watching tonight when they saw.
You bullshit. You bullshit. He just playing. Man, y'all thought you was from D.C. You giving such an East Coast vibe, baby. You giving New York all day, New Jersey. You giving dirty Jersey all day, fam. You for real? Indiana for real? I never would have guessed that, fam. So Bama ass. Richie Cunningham's older uncle, look at mine.
The intro, and we were going to talk about Cracker Barrel. My phone blew up. And they said, I am so angry. I hope you express that anger. They're actually, they're in touch with what people are talking about and upset with.
Have they gone to Cracker Barrel in the last year?
I haven't asked them, but I'm sure they have.
I think that this would be very important because I do think that there are a lot of people who are going to get angry about these things, but they're not stepping foot in a Cracker Barrel.
So you think this rebrand is going to get people in the door?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the CEO is saying that it has been positively received by people.
I think it will get people in the door because their name is being circulated. This is free publicity, Johnson. That's what it is. And if it bleeds, it leads. And anytime name is ringing out, people that weren't even thinking about freaking Cracker Barrel and now thinking about it. And there might be people that, I know it's going to be a lot of influencers that go to the Cracker Barrel with their phones in their hands. There will be an uptick. There will be an uptick, even if it's just people to post bad things. Because it's in the blogosphere, it's in the internet environment, it's in the algorithms. And these people are going to try to capitalize off of that anyway. Which is kind of why I'm talking about it. It's kind of why Abby's talking about it. This is a business, and you're part of it. That's why you're watching the segment. Doesn't mean we love Cracker Barrel, right? It's what we're talking about at the moment. I say they're going to see an uptick followed by a swift decline if the food ain't good. Food better be good.
Okay,
People are actually coming in the
I will tell
restaurant.
you this, though. This rebrand is buying Cracker Barrel publicity that they could not have dreamed.
Look at Van trying to be Mark Lamont Schill. Yeah, man, there we go. Mark Lamont Schill, which is another version of Roland Martin. Come on, man. Yeah, with the shirts. I'm talking about the shirt, the emblem on the shirt. It's like the country's white or black or black feminist power. It'll be something like that. It's what they do, man. It's what they do.
Now, what
and a falling stock price.
What the consumer does after that, I know I'm probably going to check it out. I say that all the way. I say brother barrel. I say put a brother on the side of the barrel and just go all the way to really get people talking. If this gets under y'all skin, let's go more. Let's go crazy with it.
Next on deck with Tim Black.
Yeah, that was a good one. That's something I said in the earlier show. Stop watching my content, Van. I say put a Mexican on it. Oh, I know better. Put a gay Mexican. Yeah. Trans. That's right. Put a drag queen reading to kids sitting on a barrel. Put that on your shirt, Van. That'll fix them. All right, guys, let me know what you think about this one in the comments section. This is the Tim Black Show. Become a member of our show by going to jointimblack.com. Do it today. Join the movement. Be a part of it. Get exclusive content where no punches are pulled. I'm like Roy Jones in his prime, baby. No punches pulled, fam. You don't see it coming out. You don't see the hand come back. Well, wow. Well, what? All right, fam, that's all I got. What's up in my comment section, fam? And who's in here? Who is here, fam? Brokeback Burl. Call it Queer Burl. Can't put that, Randy Marsh. Buck says, I usually go to buffets. Carolina Kitchen. Hey. Only dude without a suit. Call it the Laughing Burl. You know what, Ebony? I thought about that. But you know, I heard that wasn't true. I heard that's like I know you know as well as I do what they say about the Laughing Burl. They say during the time of the black codes, white people didn't want to see black people even laugh, so black people had to run and stick their head in the burrow to laugh. And I always had a problem with that, Ebony, because if I'm in such a hostile environment where I can't even laugh in public for fear of upsetting the whites, it wouldn't be nothing to laugh at. Because whatever made me laugh, damn sure wouldn't be funny by the time I had to run over to a burrow to laugh and put my face in the burrow to laugh. I mean, by that time, the joke is lost. I'll forget what the punchline was. But yeah, good stuff, man. I thought Van had sense at one point. Shame on me. Nah, he's just a victim of hackerdom. Yeah. Some people catch shingles. Some people catch the hacks. He caught the hacks. Damn shame. Yo, guys, I want to thank everybody for coming to the show tonight, clicking on this damn icon. Hit the like button on your way out the door. Let the algorithm know that the Tim Black Show was on, and we did the damn thing. We handled business. All right? That's what it all is. Thank my moderators, Buck Bewley, Black Mamba, and Ebony, for being here and being amazing. I want to thank anybody that contributes to the show, supports independent black media. Stand up. That's right. I appreciate y'all. Don't forget to check us out when you get a chance. Love you. Go to timbblacktv.com. That's where I'm at. That's my website. I'm on all social media. It's Real Tim Black or Tim Black Show. I'm there. Number love for you. I see you soon. And remember, don't let anybody take your cornbread, Johnson. Vicky says they're selling drinks now. Yo, I'm right. It's going to be an uptick. You're going to come in there, they're going to be playing some Kendrick Lamar. Nah, they ain't going to do that. They ain't going that far. Damn. All right, y'all. As always, as we always say around here, oh shit, where my girls at? As always, the kids go back to school tomorrow, guys. So yeah, happy days. Happy days to all the single parents out there. You're gonna get through tomorrow morning. And then know you have at least 6 hours of peace. I got up a love for you. I'll see you soon. Wolfpack, where are my ladies at? Where are my ladies?
Now, there you go. I can't wait till it's my turn.
you.